my name is Amber, and this is my book talk for Empire Storms by Sarah J. Maas. So I finally finished Empire Storms. It took me way too long to finish this book. I think my brain was trying to slow down the process of reading it a little bit so I wouldn't just completely breeze through it, but I ended up loving it. This is a spoiler-free spot right here, and I will let you know when I start talking about spoilers if you haven't read it, but right now I'm just going to say overall, I love this book. It is heartwarming and heartbreaking and just terrible and lovely all at the same time. It's fantastic, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. From now on, I am going to be talking about spoilers, so if you haven't read this yet, I would leave now. So in the beginning of this, we found out that everyone is still separated. Aelin in the group is still going to Terrasen, Dorian is all by himself, bless his heart, and Manon is still with the 13 in the clan. So we find out that Aelin cannot take the throne, that everyone has worked against her and said that she doesn't deserve to be the Queen of Terrasen. And it also is brought up that they believe that there is a chance that she would need to deal with an arranged marriage just to be part of the court, which automatically has me sitting there going, no, there's no way that's gonna happen. She will never let either of those things happen. She's going to take her crown and she is going to be with the one she wants to be with. She would never do an arranged marriage, even though you kind of see her think about it a little bit. There's just no way I could ever see her actually going through with it. And then they end up leaving Evangeline, at least I hope if I say any names or words wrong for places or characters, please forgive me. Sarah J. Maas writes the worst names to pronounce ever, even though they're fantastic and beautiful, I always end up saying them wrong. So if I say any names wrong, I'm sorry, don't judge me. Just the whole situation on her leaving and being with the men who just basically told Aelin that she wasn't going to be queen kind of was tough to read and hard to deal with. I understood why they had to do it, but I don't know. It bothered me a little bit. So we learned that witches are going after Dorian, so Rowan has to leave because he's the only one that can get there fast enough and trying to save Dorian. Being able to see Manon basically say that this wasn't going to go this way and that she was going to go save him and protect him was amazing. I love their relationships so much throughout this book. They were adorable and amazing. Then of course, because she saved Dorian, all of the Witch Clan finds out and they end up taking it out on her. Instead of just killing her, they decide to kill her second, Astrid. As soon as I heard that's what was going to be happening, I automatically got this fear that this is going to be the first death in the book. She's going to die and I can't deal with that. I need her to live. To be able to see Manon basically turn her back on all that she's known just to save her 13 was amazing, and seeing her grow into who she's actually supposed to be instead of who she was made to be. It was really amazing to see throughout this story. So throughout so far in the book at this point, I really was enjoying it, but something was kind of missing. I just needed that feeling that I was still in the Throne of Glass world. So that's when it came to Rowan finally seeing Aelin when she shows up at Rolf's office. That entire scene just had me dying laughing, and I was so happy with it. That's what I had been waiting for throughout that far in the book, just waiting for that scene where Aelin was becoming Selena again and just being a smart aleck. Now we do get to see a lot more of Aelin's power throughout this book. She's very powerful and you get to see where that kind of goes and where it ends. You see her use it a lot and then be worn down for a very long time. So it's going to be really interesting to see where she winds up in power. But seeing her get possessed randomly during using her power, just because the word stones were on her possession, was really terrifying to watch, just to know that that could happen at any moment when she had those on her. And being able to see that scare Rowan and her both and see how they deal with that was really interesting. And then finally we get to Elide and Lorcan. Again, if I'm saying any names wrong, I'm sorry. But these two little nuggets of adorableness, I loved them so much and hated them so much at the same time. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to feel about them in the beginning, but by the end of it, I felt horrible for Lorcan and so proud of Elide, and then I still wanted them to be together, so it was just this really mixed feeling for both of them. But they definitely were some of my favorites to read throughout this story. And finally, the very end few chapters were probably some of the most heartbreaking scenes I've ever read in my life. I was reading this book at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes. By the way, I was up till 5 finishing this book. It became like 2 and I just went, okay, I need to stop. But then I'd start reading again, and then it got to a point where I couldn't stop. So I really was trying my hardest to go to sleep and not keep reading and just finish it tomorrow, but I couldn't do it. I had to stay up and finish it, and by the end of it, I could not stop crying. I was bawling throughout the last few chapters, and it wouldn't stop. Being able to read Elena having to take her shirt off and get whipped in front of everybody, and then to be chained up and put into an iron box and taken away, and knowing that she knew all of this was going to happen and had planned everything out, It was terribly heartbreaking and honestly makes me want to cry right now. So this book was definitely the most heart-wrenching out of the entire series so far, and just knowing everything she's gone through to have to go through that again was just terrifying and horrible. And then seeing everybody's reactions by the end of it was just, it was heartbreaking, but it really made the story what it is, and it shows how amazing Sarah J. Maas's writing is. Her series are some of my favorites, and there's a reason for that. Her writing's beautiful and amazing, and her characters are fun and heartbreaking, and you can't help but love her stories. There's so much more that I could probably talk about, but I could go on forever. There's so many details and so many things that go on in this book, but overall, I really loved it, and I cannot wait for the next one to come out. The fact that I have to wait another year for the next book is going to be really, really hard to deal with, but this book is amazing, and if you're a fan of the series, just please go pick it up and read it because it's the best so far. Well, that is all my thoughts on Empire Storms. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Luckily, I do get to meet Sarah J. Maas in a couple of days from when I'm filming this actually, and I'm very nervous about that, but really excited at the same time. I hope to have a vlog of the entire event as well as possibly a giveaway depending on what happens, so stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time.